This weekend's fixture against Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park represents arguably the most profound tactical challenge of the season thus far. While previous encounters with teams like Liverpool and Brighton presented their own difficulties, the unique structural and motivational factors surrounding this Palace side elevate it to a uniquely precarious situation. The expiring contract of Oliver Glasner adds a layer of personal ambition, with the manager undoubtedly eager to showcase his talents against a club of United stature. Key transfer targets like Adam Wharton and Daniel Munoz will be performing with amplified intensity, viewing this match as a direct audition, and the spectre of a motivated Dean Henderson seeking to prove a point looms large in goal. Compounding this is the tactical novelty. Palace represents the first back three system United will face, a formation that demands specific strategic solutions. A failure here, especially on the heels of a poor team performance, would inevitably ignite intense scrutiny on the manager's system, his philosophy, and his future. The margin for error is virtually non-existent, and the performance must be one of resilience and tactical intelligence. Analysing Palace's recent defeat to Strasbourg is instructive, as it provides a clear blueprint for success. Prior to that match, Palace were on an impressive 5-game unbeaten run across all competitions, a streak defined by defensive solidity, as they conceded not a single goal. This included a comprehensive victory over Liverpool in the EFL Cup, a disciplined draw with Brighton, and assured wins against Brentford and Wolves. Strasbourg, however, successfully dismantled this resilient structure, and they did so by exploiting specific vulnerabilities within Palace's mid-block setup. The first critical lesson came in the 10th minute, demonstrating how to bypass Palace's congested midfield. Strasbourg's number 10 operated in a dangerously deep and narrow pocket of space, situated perfectly between the midfield and defensive lines. Receiving the ball in this zone forced one of Palace's central defenders to step out of the defensive line aggressively, a movement that inherently creates a disjunction in their back three structure. This single action opened a vast corridor of space behind the advancing defender, which was immediately exploited by an overlapping runner. The timing of the pass and the run was impeccable, slicing through Palace's defensive shape with surgical precision. Translating this specific action to United's potential lineup points directly to the crucial role Joshua Zirkzee could play from a left-sided, attacking midfield position. With Christian Eriksen unavailable, Zirkzee's natural tendency to drop deep into midfield zones aligns perfectly with this required tactical function. His ability to receive the ball, turn, and execute incisive passes into channels could be the key to unlocking Palace's defence. This strategy is further enhanced by the selection of the left wing-back. For this specific tactical manoeuvre to reach its maximum effectiveness, Diogo Dalot's inclusion is preferable. While his defensive reliability can be inconsistent, Dalot offers a more potent and penetrative threat in the final third compared to the more defensively robust alternative. The combination of Zirkzee operating in that critical half space and Dalot making relentless runs in behind the advanced Daniel Munoz creates a recurring problem that Palace struggled to contain against Strasbourg. This also creates a perfect scenario for Bruno Fernandes to thrive, as he excels at making late, unchecked runs into the box when the defence is preoccupied with wide threats, much like the Strasbourg midfielder did in the same sequence. A second effective tactic employed by Strasbourg was the use of direct passes aimed at exploiting the space behind Palace's defensive line. This approach differs from United's typical long ball strategy, focusing less on a physical duel and more on intelligent movement against a mid-block that does not sit deep. In one instance, a ball was played from deep by Valentin Barco, targeting a forward making a diagonal run against the shoulder of the last defender. The angle and pace of the pass favoured the attacker, allowing him to win the foot race and establish possession in a dangerous advanced position. This leads to another strategic prediction for United's lineup: the deployment of Mason Mount in a central false nine role. Mount himself is unlikely to engage in and win direct physical contests with Palace's central defenders. However, his presence in that zone creates a different kind of problem. With Zirkzee on the left and Anthony or Ahmad on the right, United would have two players capable of making dynamic diagonal runs from outside to in, attacking the spaces between Palace's wing-backs and centre-backs. This dual threat, with Mount dropping off to link play, makes United's attacking movements less predictable and more fluid, allowing passers like Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes to target the channels with precise balls over the top. Further analysis reveals another consistent weakness in the Palace structure: the significant gap between their wing-backs and wide centre-backs. Strasbourg repeatedly found success by playing balls into this channel for runners to attack, a vulnerability that is exacerbated by Munoz's naturally advanced and attacking positioning on the right flank. This is precisely the space where a player like Dalot, with his timing of runs, can be most effective. While the absence of a pure finisher like Rasmus Højlund is a concern, United's proficiency from set pieces this season offers a compensating factor. The team has demonstrated a consistent ability to score from dead ball situations, meaning that even if these channel-running manoeuvres result in crosses and cutbacks rather than clear shots, they can lead to corners and free kicks in dangerous areas, from which United have proven they can capitalise. However, the threat from Crystal Palace cannot be understated, and their attacking prowess presents clear concerns. The physical presence and link-up play of Jean-Philippe Mateta are central to their strategy. He is adept at holding off defenders, bringing others into play and creating chances from seemingly innocuous situations. The physical duel between Mateta and United centre-backs, particularly if it involves Lisandro Martinez or a resurgent Harry Maguire, will be a defining battle. It is imperative that United's defence displays a level of physical assertiveness from the opening minute, setting a tone and preventing Mateta from establishing dominance. Furthermore, Palace's mid-block press is well drilled and triggered by specific passing cues. They effectively shut down passing lanes and force errors from defenders who are hesitant or lack composure on the ball. This underscores the necessity of starting composed ball-playing defenders who can resist this press and break lines with their passing, avoiding the kind of catastrophic mistake that led to a chance for Strasbourg. Despite these threats, Palace's most significant weakness lies in their profligacy in front of goal. Their key attackers, including Mateta, Eberechi Eze and Michael Olise, have consistently underperformed their expected goals metrics this season. They have squandered a high volume of high-quality chances, a trend that was evident in the Strasbourg match, where they failed to convert several clear opportunities. While there is always the danger of a team suddenly regressing to the mean and converting their chances at a higher rate, the probability suggests that United's goal will likely face a manageable number of high-quality shots, many of which may not find the net. The final major concern revolves around the defensive focus of the wing-backs. Specifically Dalot, if he is chosen. His tendency to lose concentration and be caught ball-watching was exposed in the analysis of a Strasbourg concession, where Munoz attacked across with far more determination. This is the inherent trade-off in the selection. The attacking upside comes with a tangible defensive risk that Palace are capable of exploiting. In conclusion, this match is a complex tactical puzzle, but the solution is clearly outlined in the Strasbourg performance. The vulnerabilities in Crystal Palace's system are identifiable and exploitable. Success hinges on the execution of a game plan that utilises a dynamic number 10 in deep positions, direct passes into the channels, and relentless exploitation of the spaces behind their advanced wing-backs. While Palace possesses undeniable threats through their physicality and structured press, their inefficiency in finishing and the specific weaknesses of their formation provide a viable path to victory. The outcome ultimately rests on the players' application and response to the previous week's disappointment. A performance of intensity and intelligence is not just desired, it is absolutely mandatory to navigate this formidable challenge and secure a positive result.